12 years ago, the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, created the loan window called the Estate Development Loan, or EDL, strictly meant for the construction of mass housing for National Housing Fund NHF contributors in the country. This loan is given to both private real estate developers and state housing corporations and authorities to construct housing estates all over the country. This public-private partnership between the FMBN as the financier and real estate developers has yielded positive results. As at today, there are mass housing estates in all the 36 states of the country, including the Federal Capital Territory FCT, Abuja, funded through the Estate Development Loans window. Such houses are sold to NHF contributors. Estate developers across the country have commended the creation of this loan window by the bank.
The concept of EDL, as it was usually referred to by the Federal Mortgage Bank, that is the Estate Development Loan. It was a good concept by the Federal Mortgage Bank in order to develop housing unit en masse for the populace. It's a very good concept. The idea behind it is the Federal Mortgage Bank releases this money to a developer, and the developer uses it in building this housing structure, and the PMI packages these houses for mortgage loan to the beneficiaries.
So, and we continuously say that the estate developers loan is one of the most viable funding for house ownership in this country.
The creation of the EDL's window enabled the FMBN to fund the construction of about 200 housing estates with more than 43,000 units in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country, including the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. In the Northwest Geopolitical Zone, the EDL facility was advanced to 26 developers, while 7 of the EDLs were given to state housing corporations to construct houses for their employees that are NHF contributors. 18 of the EDLs were advanced to private developers in the zone. In all, the FMBN has funded more than 5,600 units of houses in the Northwest Geopolitical Zone alone. Kano State also benefited from this loan facility. Amukab City is a shining example of what the Federal Mortgage Bank is doing through partnership with real estate developers in providing quality and affordable housing for Nigerian workers all over the country. Located in Tamburawa in Kano City, the estate is built by Amukab Dynamics Limited, while the financier was the FMBN. The project, which began in 2012, is a shining example of what the Federal Mortgage Bank is doing through partnership with real estate developers to provide both quality and affordable housing for Nigerian workers all over the country.
Amukab City is actually a partnership project between Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria and Amukab Dynamics Limited. It comes under the platform of the Estate Development Loan Scheme of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. What we are witnessing today is the commissioning ceremony of the phase 1 of the project, which comprises of 60 units, 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom block of flats and 2-bedroom block of flats. The project commenced in December 2012. And by the special grace of God, it was 100% delivered within the time frame allowed by the scheme in October 2014. Amukab Dynamics Limited actually went out of its own way to make sure that we build a very, very model and reputable estate with all the state-of-the-art facilities. We have provided grade A roads, drainages, electricity, pipe-borne water, standby boreholes, recreational grounds. We have spaces for schools, mosques, and clinic and shopping complex. And it is our hope that whatever you are seeing today we will only go forward, we will not go backwards by the grace of God.
Yeah. Dr. Mrs. Akoyai, the people are really so happy to receive you, Honorable Minister. She is now greeting you. The difference is clear.
This model estate was commissioned by the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Mrs. Akon Eyakanyi, on Friday, the 20th of March, 2015. At the commissioning, Mrs. Eyakanyi stated that President Goodluck Jonathan's transformation agenda in the housing sector has recorded significant successes. This success is made possible because of the public-private partnership model that the government has adopted.
It is in light of these strategies that the FMBN Amukab housing estate to be commissioned today becomes very, very important and significant. The first phase of the residential housing estate that we are about to commission comprises 60 units of 2 and 3 bedroom apartment flats, all delivered at affordable prices to contributors of the National Housing Fund scheme in Kano State. I want to add there that when we talk about affordability, it is possible when the state government, like the Kano State has done, supports, partners with the federal government in the provision of unencumbered land, because the cost of land is not included in the selling cost. Hence, the cost of the building being tagged as affordable.
The minister said that the administration is working assiduously towards addressing the housing needs of Nigerians, pointing out that the housing sector is being accorded special priority because of its potential in job creation.
The transformation agenda has prioritized the Nigerian housing sector, and this administration has taken necessary, bold and decisive steps towards creating a robust mechanism for affordable housing delivery for the Nigerian populace. All these efforts are driven by the desire to achieve the goal of ensuring that in the not too distant future, all Nigerians will have access to decent housing. I wish to assure all Nigerians that the President of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's administration, will not relent in playing its part to ensure that the foundation blocks for the achievement of this dream are built upon in view of the immense socioeconomic benefits which housing provides, especially in engendering job creation and wealth creation, amongst others.
The minister commended the developer of Amukab City for delivering the project within the stipulated time and praised the developer for giving attention to quality and standard. The Kano State Governor, represented by the Commissioner for Special Duties, said the state government considers the provision of affordable housing as a priority to its citizens. He commended the FMBN for playing a leading role in providing funds for the execution of housing projects for Nigerian workers. He announced the approval of the Kano State Government for its employees to rejoin the National Housing Fund scheme for easy home ownership.
The provision of decent and affordable housing is very fundamental in any meaningful development. This is why the government of Kano State, from its inception, recognized this fact, as a result of which it embarked on the building of 3 mega cities, as mentioned earlier. The government of Kano State is therefore looking forward to continuously working with the Federal Mortgage Bank in order to continue to provide decent and affordable housing to our citizens. At this juncture, I would like to assure the Federal Mortgage Bank and Amukab that the Kano State government has already approved the National Housing Fund scheme for its workers.
In his speech, the Managing Director of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, Gimbaya Ukumo, described Amukab City Estate as a flagship project in Kano State in terms of both quality and affordability. He said the completion of the estate is a demonstration of the FMBN's success in housing delivery for both the middle and low-income earners.
The delivery of the FMBN Amukab housing estate, which is one of FMBN's flagship, being commissioned today in Kano in terms of quality and affordability, adds to the corporate reputation of that FMBN successfully delivering on its mandate to provide decent, affordable housing to generality of Nigerians and towards achieving the goals of the federal government transformation agenda. This is despite the limited resources of the National Housing Fund scheme, in which Nigerian workers in both public and private sectors contribute 2.5% of their monthly incomes.
He explains that by funding the construction of the project, the FMBN is not only providing housing, but is also creating job opportunities in the state. He used the opportunity to call on the people to take advantage of the special window which the bank has created for the self-employed to be able to be part of the scheme.
I assure Your Excellencies that with more resources at our disposal, the sky will be the limit in terms of what FMBN can contribute to housing delivery, wealth creation, job generation, and the overall development of our national economy. For instance, this project has been able to generate about 4,500 new jobs through the over 250 units it has developed or is developing in Kano Metropolis. Your Excellencies, I wish to assure you that with the recapitalization of the bank by government, the bank will replicate housing development of at least 5,000 jobs in each of the 36 states of the Federation.
Speaking on behalf of labor unions in the state, Comrade Mohammed Tiri expressed appreciation to the FMBN and the federal government for making it easy for the Nigerian worker to own a home without much stress. He urged the FMBN to do more so as to enable more NHF contributors to benefit.
On behalf of the beneficiaries of these houses, let me appreciate the efforts of all and sundry, including Kano State government, who have made the titles, who have made everything possible, including the Federal Mortgage Bank, and even the developer, who on his own decided to produce a qualitative structure that beneficiaries can enter and smile and can appreciate government effort. In our tradition as labor officers, we always criticize, but today we are affluating the Federal Mortgage Bank, the developer, the Amukab, and indeed Kano State government for this edifice.
To the glory of God, I stand here today on behalf of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Architect Namadi Sambo, to commission the Amukab housing estate to the glory of God and to the benefit of humanity. Wow, this is fine. see the good work that is doing? Huh? You have to do more. Huh?
Thank you.
Okay, oh, this is fine. Wow, this is beautiful.
This is the minister's guest house.
Yes, sir. Okay.
After commissioning the first phase of the project, the Minister, the FMBN Managing Director and other dignitaries at the occasion proceeded to inspect the second phase of the project, still under construction. The second phase will be comprised of 50 units of 4-bedroom duplexes. Speaking shortly after the inspection, the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Mrs. Akon Eyekhenyi, expressed satisfaction with the project.
I've just gone around inspecting the entire estate. It has good facilities. The infrastructure is very good. The standard of delivery of building that we have, it's very good compared to the sum that the houses are going for.
Whenever the FNBN offers people housing loan, they are required to pay a personal stake, also called equity contribution, which depends on the price of the house one is buying. For a house that costs 5 million naira and below, a beneficiary will pay an equity contribution of 10% of the price. If the price is above 5 million naira but below 10 million naira, beneficiary will pay 20% of the price, while 30% is to be paid if the price is above 10 million naira.
40 years ago, the journey to fulfill every Nigerian worker's need for a house began with the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. The mandate was clear, the challenge daunting, the determination unwavering. Today, the FMBN is better positioned to deliver from manual to highly computerized mode of operations, market-based to customer-based mortgage housing loans, powered by formidable partnership with state governments, including the FCT, the NECA, TUC, NLC, international investors, and Nigerians in the diaspora. No doubt, workers' housing distance is far covered. The FMBN mandate is achievable. Understand us. Partner with us. FMBN. Everyone deserves a home.
The Lagos State government reaffirms its readiness to work with private investors towards providing affordable houses for its residents under the Lagos Home Ownership Mortgage Scheme. The Commissioner for Housing, Mr. Boshun Jeje, disclosed this during the handover of an estate named after the late nationalist, Chief Anthony Enahoro, by Governor Babatunde Fashola. The Commissioner, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Housing, Mr. Tunji Odunlami, described the successful completion of the housing estate as another milestone in the provision of decent housing by the government. call has been made for town planners of Nigeria to enhance their managerial skills in order to cope with global trend. The President, Association of Town Planning Consultants of Nigeria, ATOPCON, Mr. Moses Oguleye, stated this at the 2015 Professional Development Workshop of the Association in Lagos. The workshop had the theme, Maximizing Business Performance, Leveraging on Managerial Skills. President of the association pointed out that the changing scenario of the international, national, regional and local economies requires that town planners develop capacities continuously. A viewer, Idou Aspel, with GSM number 080-586-65460, sent an SMS saying, I processed the refund of my contributions through NITEL since 2013, but have not received any response till today. Please kindly see to my issue.
Once you submit your application and you have all your necessary requirements attached, or sent alongside, I can tell you it should not take that long. But what we have come to see is that most people submit either a wrong account number or wrong account details or incomplete information. And some of them do not even provide contact telephone number, because there are columns where you provide contact, your telephone number. Of course, we have GSM now, even email address you could provide. And if there are issues, we will contact you very promptly. Because if he has submitted his application to SMART and he has not been contacted, I doubt we advise him to, to go back to the office and check. Most likely he has not submitted contact number, and there are pending issues on the application, perhaps that he has not been able to sort it out. And most likely our colleagues have made all efforts to meet him. Those have not been, maybe they have not been successful. But most phone applications that have been submitted, particularly, they are treated with a very good time.
For comments, questions and observations, send text only to 080-964-11399 or send an email to fmbn@newagenetwork.com.ng, or you could visit our websites www.newagenetwork.com.ng or www.fmbn.gov.ng for inquiries.